It is literally proven to take time, but also work at the end of the day. It's just a matter of how are you practicing and what is the thought process going into every match. And hopefully we'll be able to see like some things of growth that that can come from inspiration of a lot of neutral or punish game that we've been seeing on the side of previous majors in the past.
Yeah, I mean, once upon a time, Jacqueline Zamba were sitting in those very seats, you know, going 0-2, 2-2, getting gaped at by like WebJP and the other phenomenal talent that happened in Jersey a while ago. But now it's time for some new stories to unfold. We got MT and we got JonLive kind of kicking things off on PS2 right here.
Yeah, the classic, the stadium, is the place to go. Sora generally doing extremely well into FGC representatives. When it comes to playing around Ken's raw speed, Sora can have a little bit harder time, especially with killing anti-airs. But you can play the reverse Nair game and the spell game for so long. You see, JonLive just isn't doing that.
Yeah, I mean, with Sora, you can kind of get linear with their gameplay, and Ken, they just have a phenomenal kind of backdash that you would just... Anyway, Ken has a phenomenal backdash that will kind of bait out your opponent's options and everything like that, which we have been seeing MT kind of use that to some avail, like getting in the cute little three-piece combos and everything like that, but not taking too much to the bank.
We have yet to see a spell come out from JonLive, which is and a lot of air dodging in the corner here. He's playing very scared of Ken, for good reason a lot of the time, as the counterattack comes in to try and retake a lot of stage. Nair 1, 2, 3 to cover, and Snivy, we're just not seeing a lot of like spatial pressure from JonLive, despite the amount of hits that he's gaining a little bit early on.
Yeah, no, Sora has a huge sword that he could just wave around, and he almost got the extension to the up air, but not quite yet. We're not seeing like a lot of preemptive nairs, a lot of preemptive back airs, and like you were saying before, the spells. The spells are so important to Sora's neutral. Like Fireball is your combo tool. Wazaga's like, get out of disadvantage free. But it's that Thundaga that you kind of want to avoid in situations, but you also want to avoid that down air, catching you slipping.
Yeah, the Hurricane drop is deceptively hard to DI when you get hit by it. And Ken, without any of those disjoints to reliably beat it out, you're relying strictly on timing the raw Shoryu to come in and call out the spot dodge. Looking for a back air, so I loved that back air, though it did slightly miss.
Yeah, that back air was right in JonLive's face right now, but here's JonLive trying to take a juggle off, but nope, wasn't able to get the continuation. Now we're playing the good old Street Fighter footsies out here. Ken trying to make Sora play that game, bro. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Whip out that S-Smash. Play the Smash Ultimate game, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you got a big old disjoint. There's no need. You got the approaching Hurricane kick. Doesn't matter if you can stuff it out reliably or punish it on block, both of which Sora has options to do.
Yeah, and being real careful at the ledge here, you can go for a crazy reversal if you're Sora, especially with Wazaga. But Oos finding the connection into the back air, not going to quite do it. But hold on, we got that Shoto trapping in question, trying to trap Sora coming out of the ledge. We see the pressure, didn't quite get it, but Oos, the hang around for the back air?
Yo, not only was there the corner steal to force JonLive back onto stage, then the setup and the chase onto the platform. That could have been an up smash. We did not see the DI there from MT to avoid it. But still, MT is showing like really good on-hit awareness. Finding the hit has been a little difficult later in the game, though, and that's what you really need to exploit right now if you're JonLive.
Oh, but getting real lucky with the Sonic Blade out here. But it was okay. That was real scary. Almost getting a continuation, but all right.
Ken with
having
Rage
the ledge here. Don't want to get dared.
Ken with Rage is terrifying. Like, you're at 40, but you're also Sora. That was close. That was really close to closing out the stock.
Is a lot. John's life flash before their eyes. This might be it, dog.
Oh, come out, Ken. Just sometimes you are held a little bit too far in, not able to get the second hit of the Shoryuken. Making it back though, and with the roll on, this back throw won't do it quite yet here, Snivy. And we just need like any sort of these raw hits that Sora has available to close out stocks here. This is really time for up air percent.
Yeah, could have caught the neutral get it with the Thundaga, but just didn't quite get it, though. But having to play out of the corner with the Ken with the Rage, yeah, that's going to be it. Popping you up to the top.
A lot of too big of commitments on the part of JonLive here, because a lot of times what can make Sora so, frankly, annoying to play against is the fact that he can drift back and forth with these Rekkas in midair, all of which can be potential conversions, if not into themselves, then into things like up air or up smash or forward airs or all of these giant utilities. And we saw JonLive just kind of be playing very, very stagnant in these option coverage and in these scramble situations, and always kind of committing to forward drift or back drift, and nothing really mixing that up.
Yeah, and I imagine that that first SD from JonLive didn't help out in that case whatsoever.
No, not really.
In this game, I really want to see JonLive kind of just playing more defensive, preemptive, kind of trying to catch MT kind of approaching, because we've seen MT being the aggressor in a lot of these situations.
For sure.
Like in the corner, we saw MT try to force John out, and to a success. It worked. He got the stock off of it.
Yeah, classic, all right, Ken is fast enough to catch a lot of these rollbacks without having to rely on things like Hadouken or Shakunetsu or, I don't know, Demon Laser, whatever you want to cover that space. Ken just runs at you and is fast enough to make that work. Trying to catch the neutral air dodge, looking for a whole lot. You can recover from this, though. You are Sora.
Yeah, whenever I see this character, the Shotos, the FGCs, I'm like, all right, you can stay over there. I'm staying all the way over here. I will get my damage where it's going to come in, but Ken coming right to you, putting the damage in your face, getting that 64, oos, getting hit by the last, though, of the Sonic Blade. This is JonLive's turn to kind of get his continuation, but, he's not getting a lot of hits in. He's getting the 1-2 pieces. Now he might be getting to the position, but he just kind of loses it, immediately.
Yeah, it's been a whole lot better when it comes to just sheer option select, though. While some spacing can be off, and you certainly have to be careful of these directional air dodges going high to the platform, but that's exactly where Ken wants you. But I can understand why ledge is so scary. Just back airs is the immediate threat at that point.
Yeah, especially when you have those small town and city blast zones, you're just going to pop like a balloon right there. But okay, John really looking to make their mark here. Oh, with the Hurricane Spin, you gotta be auto-canceling those. You kind of can't just go for the YOLO kind of call-out option like that. It's a pretty committal move, if I'd say so myself.
Oh, it is extremely committal, and any sort of punish on block it's literally the world is your oyster. And the problem with, in terms of utilizing that move a lot, is Sora can't auto-cancel it out of a double jump. He has to prep in activeness, but speaking of active and aware, the double parry on Nair 1-2 to follow the drift back was clean on the part of MT.
We truly got a Street Fighter fan out here. You can tell that MT has been hitting up the lab with all those parries. And who's trying to get the continuation from the down smash, didn't quite get it. Mostly due to, I believe, Sora kind of being a floaty, just outside of that. But okay, looking to get that stock still. Oops. MT has to be real careful with how he kind of deals with this.
Oh, but the single hit aerial's bane of their existence, just a single focus attack, and Sora has to. Ooh, cooking? Okay, missed the forward air after. I think if you did falling there, you could have comboed into a down air there, and another focus attack to get through the kill setup. Max Rage Ken.
Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Hey,
you said it yourself. This character is a character you do not want to face. You do not want to stare down this character whatsoever. No, sir.
It's Ken's bread and butter, though. Down tilt into Shoryu, just channeling that rage. I do maintain that this is a winning matchup for Sora, in the broad spectrum. It just felt like JonLive wasn't playing it like it was. Not a lot of spells, as we continue to see. The utilization of Firaga and Thundaga was just very, very minimal. Blizzaga were just minimal, so
yeah.
MT could freely run up in your face and just be here, and then you don't want them to be there. You want to set your own terms of engagement, and Sora does a very good job at doing just that. And JonLive just kind of was letting MT play the game first.
Yeah, no, just wasn't throwing out any of those preemptive nairs, the back airs. In game 2, we saw a little bit. We saw a little bit of the nooch.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't a whole lot. And especially what really caused JonLive was just unable to kind of meet Sora's win condition of getting those combos into juggles, into the up smash confirms, hell, even a down tilt if anything.
Yeah, we saw a couple down tilt up airs. We saw a couple attempts as well, Nair and then fade back 1-2, just not confident in the hit confirms. So. We see the Nair 1-2s, but it's hard to feel confident in going for Nair 1-2 when you get both of them parried into a dying for it. So you know what? Sometimes your opponent just gets you.
Basically. I kind of put this character in the Little Mac vein of ooh, am I going to juggle them upward vertically, or am I going to just push them to the stage? Which I could see that being very good for Sora as well, because Sora has some of the best edge guarding in the game, let's be real.
Yeah, and you better beat focus utilizing nair and forward air rather than pivoting for like up airs, which up air is amazing. Moves crazy. Best up air in the game.
It hits all the way
Free.
around.
It's a forward air, it's an up air, it's a back air. It's insanity. But it's also one massive hit, and that means Ken and Ryu and any other character that with those single hit like armor moves, thinking of Kazuya with using aerial down B, can just power right through it potentially, and forcing you to play that extra layer of mix-up instead of just hunting for a very obvious air dodge.